to Jason.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Bad Vibes Adjacent.
So from last episode, I never got to tell my story with the Ouija board.
Before we start, actually, I have to clarify something. Last episode, I was kind of tweaking about Wuthering Heights. It's actually not Wuthering Heights. It was called Wuthering Waves. So does that ring any bell?
No.
No, still no. But yeah, so I found out that Wuthering Heights is the book and Wuthering Waves is the game that I was asking about that I think is only targeted towards me. Like
Nobody
the
else.
game was made for me and I'm refusing to play it because I like anytime I've ever asked anyone about it, they're like, I don't know what that is. So yeah, I just felt like there's a community out there that is like, no, she said the wrong thing. And I just felt the need to clarify that.
Yeah, the community out there is really mad at you.
Like they're gonna find this because I'm gonna get famous, and when I get famous, they're gonna be like, "Wow, she thinks she's so cool that she doesn't know Wuthering Waves." But I guess nobody else in the world knows it
Knows Wuthering.
either. But yeah, I just felt like I needed to clarify that. But go on.
Yeah, and nobody also, I didn't introduce my new face I have. I have glasses now. So last episode, I know all of you guys were wondering, like, where's his glasses? Who's this new guy? Like, new guy, new Hung Shen. Like, he looks cute. He looks sexy. He looks divine. He's exuding masculinity and tranquility. And I think these glasses
I just want to let you know, no one has ever described you in that
because
way.
you're a hater.
No. I just want, because we're friends, and I want you to know that nobody in this world has ever used any of those words to describe you. I think
She
if I were
always says
to,
this. She
no,
always
if
says
I
this
were
because
to
she's my
describe
number
you-
one hater. If there
No,
was a
no,
hater
no, no,
list,
no.
Twa would be number one for me.
No, like I'm so honest with you, and I would never lie to you because you're my friend, and friends don't lie to each other. But I just want to let you know that whatever you just said, those words that you use to describe yourself, has never been brought up in
Yeah,
conversation.
it was never brought up before because I didn't have the glasses on.
Even after
No,
you,
it's because of
it
the
just doesn't
glasses.
work. It just doesn't work. The words that I would use to describe you, though, I would say are, he's funny.
Sexy,
No. He's funny
Handsome.
sometimes. Pretty much very annoying.
pretty cute. Anyways, I don't know why she's always coming after me, but the only thing I wanted to talk about from last episode is I do the Ouija board. Like, I wanted to explain my Ouija board phase. So around middle school, me and my friends, we thought we were gonna save the world. I don't know if you remember, we literally thought we were training to save the world. So there was this lady that all of us, like, me and my friends, we were all around middle school. I was around the older group. So there was like one like freshman in high school. The rest of us were in middle school, like, fifth, sixth, seventh grade. And we went to this girl's house to do basically Ouija board and pyrokinesis and wind kinesis. Like, we thought, like, there would be like a little pin we would put down, put a little piece of paper on top of it, and then hover our hands over it, and then, like, if it moved a tiny bit, you were a windbender or whatever. Like, we were using like aerokinesis, we were like airbending stuff. And then the crazy thing about that is, like, if you put your hands together like this, like, it's gonna get warm because it's two air, like, hands like near there, right? And we thought, like, if we kept training, we can become firebenders, basically. So me and my friend Calm, right? Me and him have always been, he's the one that I was playing the Yu-Gi-Oh cards with, but me and him have always been like a little bit like competitive with each other. So when we figured out that we had these powers, like, I would put we would go to the church, like, on
At church, learning how to control fire is crazy.
yeah, we were learning how to control fire at church. So we would be like, hey, you guys, like, we would put both hands, we would put both hands like that, like you're doing right there.
Wait, what did you put together?
Both hands. And then we were doing
You
that.
said that like 5 times.
And then we would have somebody put their hand in the middle of it. And if it was warm, that was our powers, you know.
It's just which one of you have more clammy, like which one of you have a more clammy hand.
Basically, and then so I was doing it, and Khan was doing it to other people, and we were like, which hand was hotter? Which hand was hotter? And they kept saying my hand was hotter. Like I was radiating heat. They were like, Hang Shen's powers are stronger, and he was livid. He was angry. He was like, I'm gonna train so hard. Like he told me this. He was like, I need to train. I need to train more. Like I'm gonna get better than him at pyrokinesis. So we were doing that shit. And then on top of that, we were doing a Ouija board. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm airing him out right now, but we used to do a Ouija board. So there was about like 6 or 7 of us ish that did this Ouija board, but like, you know, while we did she had the person that we went to had the actual Ouija board, and we were placing on our hands, and you know, it was moving. It felt legit. Like to this day I still don't know if that.
I think we should do it in our apartment. I think that would be like a fun.
No, it's like it's so freaking scary. Like even thinking back to it now, it was so scary. So, but you know, we were doing the Ouija board stuff, and again, we are competitive. Like we thought we were gonna save the world because, like, while doing this Ouija board, the guy, like, it moved, right? We were like, hey, what's gonna happen in 2 years? Like the ghost was telling us to move it, and then it gave us a prophecy. They're like, in the next 2 years, on this one friend's, I'm not gonna.
Wait, it spelled all that out for
It
you?
spelled all that out. Like we waited. We were like,
Was somebody writing it down as like it was going?
no, we were just like A, B, no, C, and like, you know, like while it was moving, like we were just sounding here. We're like, whoa, what is it spelling? What is it gonna spell? Like them spelling out that, because you can also ask it yes or no question. So we were like, are we gonna save the world? Yes. When is it gonna happen? 1 year? No. 2 years? Yes. So it was moving our hands. And then this, I swear the person, because they said on this, one of our friends' 16th birthday, which is 2 years later, right? We were gonna go into the angel and demon realm to fight an angelic war. We're gonna fight an angelic war. It doesn't stop there, because like literally, I swear that bitch was moving that board because he gave himself all the powers.
Tom?
No, it wasn't Tom. It was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But he was giving himself all the power. They were like, who's gonna be the leader? Who's gonna be leader? He gave himself the leader role. And they were like, rank us our power levels. Like who's number 1 through, like, because there was like 7 of us. So like, can you rank our power levels? And then they were like ranking us one by one. I was number 5 and Kam was number 6, and he was pissed. And then because we were training for this 2-year war arc, right? Mm-hmm. We would like, so each of us had a specialty weapon that we were going to use. So like one of us had like cannons. One of us was going to be a necromancer, like summoning monsters and demons. Bro, we were weird as shit. What the hell were we doing? Like
I was thinking we played pretend. Like I feel like it's just natural for kids to play pretend, but I don't think we ever got to the point where we genuinely believed that we were going to save the world.
Yeah, so all of us got our roles and like the powers, and my role, I was gonna be the sniper, and I was gonna use like superpowers to snipe like these ghosts and angels down. Mm-hmm. And you know, all of us got, like, some people were gonna use a sword, blah blah blah. So we would go into this lady's like backyard, and there were some woods. We would pick up sticks and stuff, mm-hmm, and start fighting each other to train for the holy war.
But it's not just like a normal war. It's like the holy war. It's crazy.
So we were doing that. And again, me and Kam were competitive. So like when Kam got like a slingshot, like I got jealous. And I was like, you can't use a slingshot. I'm the sniper. I'm the sniper. You can't take that slingshot. I'm the sniper. So yeah, we were training for the war. And the thing is, we basically saved the world, or because like the prophecy, nothing bad happened, and the prophecy was after we win, all of our memories were going to be erased.
Oh,
yeah.
So like the world went on to be normal,
and we don't even know if we did it or not,
because your
memories of the holy war was erased. So we never know. Literally, that's what they told us. Also, again, the guy that kept giving himself the first place like stuff, we would Oh my god, we were so weird. We would sit on like lawns and stuff, and he would be like, I see these people moving around in front of me. Like he saw like a bunch of people. He was like, yeah, there's so many people around us right now. They're moving. And then he was like,
No, he was possessed. He was possessed by jinns, and y'all thought you were like believing in some otherworldly stuff, but he's like actually tweaking.
no, he literally was tweaking. Like I swear he was high. And I was like, wait, you can see that? Wait, how do I see it? How do I see it? He was like, okay, let me give you my powers, lend you my powers for a second. So he was like meditating, like this. He was meditating, and then he was like sit in front of me, and then I was he was like meditate, and then he would put both like a palm on my back, and then I would be like. Basically, like that's what I'm imagining. I would be like gasping, and and then he was like, "Do you see it now?" I saw absolutely nothing. I was like squinting really hard, and I was like, "Yeah, yeah! Oh my God, there's so many of them around us! Oh my God!" I was like, "Whoa, that's so cool!" And then, yeah, that was crazy. And the last thing I want to speak on that is also we could see auras. So it basically is auras, like people radiate auras. Like talking about this is so insane to me.
You know,
right
that
now.
that does not sound too crazy because I swear there was like a trend on TikTok where it was
the
like
auras?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but the aura is like the least craziest thing. But that thing is stupid too because we would just squint really hard and it gets really blurry. And then there's like when you squint, there's like blurry lines on somebody on the outer edges of somebody. Right? Do it. And then you just pick a color. Like right now, I'm looking at Carla and I see like green. And I'm like, whoa, your aura is
Your aura is
green.
black. Your aura is dark and evil.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. Oh, but my Ouija board phase was crazy. And then I think we summoned a demon once and everybody got freaked out. We ran away. It was a crazy 6 months.
6 months of this.
Yes. Oh no, there's more, bruh. There was more. So with this Ouija board, right? The lady that showed us how to do the Ouija board was like, you can make a Ouija board out of anything. Like, you just have to connect yourself with the spiritual realm, blah, 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 right? And I was believing that, right? So, she was like, yeah, you could just make a Ouija board out of a piece of paper. You don't need anything special as long as you have a piece of paper or letters. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, wait, if I can do anything, like contact the spiritual realm with anything. And I was like, okay, I'll contact it. So at school, I would get a piece of pencil, put it on the table, and I would talk to spirits. I did this for a week. And I was like, spirits, are you here?
Bro, that was
Spirits, are you
basically
there?
like that was basically like what was it, Charlie? Like
No,
that's the
literally.
closest thing I ever got to do with something freaky was because all I needed was like a pen and a paper. so we had a moment and it was just like, and we did it outside. So like literally it was the wind and we were like, oh my God, oh my God.
Charlie's here. I think that is so funny though. I was like, are you here? Yes. Are you not here? No. And then I would just be talking to ghosts in my class.
And what grade was this?
This was
ninth grade in high school.
No, literally, this was like 7th or 8th grade in middle school.
That is crazy. 7th or 8th grade in middle school. In 8th grade, I was on.
You were on what?
Jose is like actually tweaking. It's crazy. Guys, if the vibes are down and like it's giving off really icky, nasty, like dark vibes, it's because Jose is back in the room with us. I was healing last week. I don't know if you can tell I was
like she was having her moment. She was getting all the screen time.
Like I was radiating. I was happy, full of smiles. Today is not a good day for me because Jose is back in my fucking house and it is creeping me the fuck out. It's like it's never a good time when he's here. Like it's always.
I like him. He paid for my ice cream.
He paid for my ice cream, but I didn't ask, so it's nothing that I'm gonna like thank him for. Yeah. But that being said,
we were weird because you can't talk about me being weird because we're both weird because we were watching Girl Meets World in high school. That weird ass fucking show. We were watching that at the prime age of being like teenagers, like older teenagers.
Yeah. And the thing is, I saw it in the lens of like artistic. Like I thought it was like unlike anything I've seen because everything that they're saying is like surface level, but there's always like a deeper meaning. And I was like, wow, like it's so sophisticated. I don't think kids will understand this stuff.
I don't know why I cried at that. I cried at an episode of Girl Meets World.
I don't think I crowed, but
I want to insert future Hang Shen, insert that clip of the Farkos.
Maya.
No, not Maya.
You're not. What is it?
They're not autistic. Yeah, that was the clip right there. Bam.
They just noticed Farkle's a little farkly. I could have told them that. They want to see if I have autism.
You don't.
Let's go tell them you don't.
I might have a type of autism called Asperger's syndrome.
You don't.
Okay.
Naya. To the window.
Maya. Me and
Naya.
her have the same birthday.
Rowan Blanchard
Yeah.
or like Riley?
Riley. No, I'm talking about like the actual actor who played it. Me and her have the same
Okay, yeah,
birthday.
yeah.
October 14th. Send me gifts, y'all, on the 14th.
I will be sending you death threats.
Creepy also. AI is going too crazy. I put that clip of the 21 kid right now with the AI.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
Bam. Okay. Like,
I
what
saw
the flip
the
is
first
that?
clip I saw of that was like it's like a King Bot.
Kim Bach, yeah.
Yeah, his like video, and it was like going back in time to like stop certain jokes from happening, and I was creeped the fuck out. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I like swiped, and then you tagged us in like two more, and I was like, "Oh, this is like a whole genre of like TikToks being made right now." But the creepiest one is that like
The 21
the
kid,
21
what's
kid.
9 plus 10? And then the creepy figure comes out. Oh, it gave me chills while I was like scrolling through TikTok. That also reminds me of The Other Mother. Have you guys seen it? Is this dude that just goes around like rooms and he's like, it's the other mother, it's the other mother. And then he would just scream out, Mother!
No.
Okay, put in that clip right now, Hung-Shin, so people get it. Okay, thank you.
I can say in full confidence I have not seen that. But you know what I have been seeing, and it's like a really scary place for me to be in right now. Is I've been watching TikTok live battles.
You're with Jason
No,
Nash, like fighting
no.
with Josiah.
It's been bad for me because this happened. I was going through like a phase early, like a couple months ago, where I would like stay up at like 3-4 a.m. in the morning, and this is like the time that like it's like everyone's going live. I don't know why they choose like the funkiest times, but I'll be watching like live battles, and it like I stumbled upon one, and it wasn't like I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. They just sit here and beg for money. But like the more I watch, the more like I learn about like the what is it, like the cultural of it, and it's so crazy. It's just like people battling, like whoever gets more gifts win type of thing. But
And
like,
then they get like
strategy.
both of them just get a bunch of money. Because
Yeah, like it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, but it does kind of, because like your win streaks will put you on like the list of like the top earners of the day, and like the people that you go against or whatever. And for a while I would like, when I get in like bed, I'm like iPhone in bed, and one of the things that I do is like watch at least like 2-3 battles, and they go on for a while of like the live battles, and it's put me in like a dark place in life. Like it's like I really, every time after I watch it, I go, wow, like that's what I'm doing with my time. And I stopped for a while until last night. I saw this like Muslim guy and this like Korean gay like twink, and they were being so evil to each other, but I was like I was sat watching this, and I saw like the Korean guy's like TikTok first, so I was kind of like in his battle, and then I don't be gifting though. I'm
you're not gonna send them money.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
weird.
not down.
My question is, who's sending them money? Kids who steal their parents' credit cards?
No, they're like adults. I like clicked on like some like of the top like donators, I guess top gifters, and they're like full like adults like my age or older that are like supporting these people and like and feeling as though they also win. I think it's so weird.
Is that like an OnlyFans kind of thing?
No,
That's what I
they
feel
don't get
it
like
is.
freaky though. Like they just sit there like kind of like trash talking each other, or sometimes they're really polite. They're just talking to each other like they would be on FaceTime, and then they would be like, "Guys, snipe, or like, or they would be like, "Okay, send a kitten now, send a kitten now. Okay, we'll wait, we'll and it's just like
they're just begging for money.
it's crazy." But yeah, last night I went through that again, and I slept at like 4 a.m. like watching that. But I think like the internet like is like I'm reaching towards the end of whatever is available on the internet with like how much I am on my phone.
Those TikTok lives and battles are crazy. No, that made me remember do you know the guy that dressed up as Miles Morales on the streets of New York? And then he got robbed.
He got robbed?
He got robbed, and then he made a video. He's like, I'm over this. And then he was getting pissed off at people who weren't like, you guys aren't even donating, blah, 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 blah. He was getting angry. He was like, it was,
Are we talking about the guy where like when they give a
Spider-Man.
certain one, he have to like jump out of frame and jump back in?
Yeah, I don't know. He was the guy that was doing the Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Where he's like that. Yeah.
And he got robbed, and he was pissed.
You won. You won. As you guys know, last night, I got fucking robbed. I'm gonna try to do this in one take.
He got pissed. But since we were on the topic of scary stories, I thought Twa would also like to share her haunted house story when she moved in.
God.
I know you've said it a lot, but just for the audience, I think they should hear it.
I was thinking we would save this for like a Halloween episode.
Well, do you think we can get to Halloween? We'll see.
But it doesn't really matter. It basically, when we first came to the U.S., I was 7, like almost 8. We came to the U.S. and it was just like our family. At this time, it was just me, my 2 younger sisters, and my parents. We moved here, and we were kind of put into New Jersey. So that's where we were supposed to live, and that's where like all our caseworkers, everyone who helped us were. And it was like with our grandparents, but they were in like Trenton, New Jersey. I don't know exactly what city we were in, and my parents don't know, but we were close by, like around that area. They were like almost like an hour away from us. So we didn't have any contact. We didn't have like, my dad had like a prepaid cell phone that he could like contact like Thailand and whatnot, but we had no way of knowing where our grandparents were or anything. So they put us in this house, and it was like this 2-story house with a basement and attic, and each like floor had like 3 bedrooms, a full bathroom. Like it was like those in those like suburban like white neighborhoods, like, you know, like a really nice place. Like
Blue Neighborhood by Troye Sivan.
Blue Neighborhood trilogy by Troye Sivan will always be on top. I love that album. But anyways, so it was like a really nice white suburban neighborhood, and we were like, this is America. Like, like it was like how the movies looked, because we were in Jersey, so it was like really nice. And because we just got to the U.S., we would sleep at like during the daytime and then wake up at night, and our family would cook and whatever. But eventually we kind of started getting into routine, and we were able to ask our caseworkers to kind of like find our grandparents for us and whatever, and they like were able to. So finally one day they were going to come visit us in our house, and they come over. And they brought like in like meat and whatnot. And while everyone was like,
meat, you said?
Yeah, because we didn't like have access to meat. Like, so we've just been eating shrimp with like,
oh yeah, because you have to get halal meat.
Yeah, we have to get like the halal meat and stuff. So we didn't really have access to like anything really, like all the spices that we use usually. So we were just kind of eating whatever we were able to cook up and whatnot. And finally we had like these this couple who own like a halal like grocery store in Jersey, and they have their like they somehow met our grandparents because they were able to like get that stuff from them. And so they came with our grandparents to come visit us on one day, and while like they were there, we start hearing like this loud banging noise that was coming from like the basement, where it felt like it was like pushing up, where it was just like from the basement up to like the floor, right? And so then we like went to go down into the basement and check and whatnot. There's nothing there. Like we couldn't, like there was nothing, and we just keep hearing this sound. We're like, oh, there's like construction like happening, like back in the backyard, not like in the backyard, but like behind our house in the street behind. And so we like went outside and checked. There was still nothing there. So we went over to our neighbors, who were really nice. You know those white people, the woke white people. Like we were surrounded by woke white people. We got lucky, and they would come over. They would help us out. They would invite us like over to like their place and let us play with their kids' toys and whatnot. And so we went over to them, and we were like, hey, like something's going on. We don't know what it is. And so they came over. They looked, and I don't know if I'm like remembering this right, but like apparently all they saw was like a cross in like the basement, and that was it. And they were like, yeah, like that's so weird. We don't know where that's coming from. It's, you know, and they were like, sorry, we don't see anything. So they went back home, and we called our like interpreter for our case, and they were like, oh, it's just like the water system probably. Don't worry about it. And that's it. So we are freaked out. And my mom was like, I've been having bad dreams. Like, it's weird in this place. Like, I'm not going to stay tonight. I'm not going to stay here tonight. This is scary, right?
Yeah.
So after my aunts and like my uncles and they all like left because there was no way they could have taken us. They would, there was no space. So they were like, we're going to leave and then we'll come back to pick y'all up. But it didn't end up working. So we ended up staying the night in the place. And apparently that night, my mom had a dream that I like died, like I was killed.
Oh my God.
And
wait, I didn't even know that part. That is crazy.
She just had a dream. Like she never like really explained to me like in depth. She was
Yeah.
just like, I just had a dream and like Twa like died. And then my dad was like, I also had a dream since like I came here that he was like put into a freezer and there were like bolts of like ice falling onto his chest and like when he was like being brought into the freezer, like the people that were like pushing him in were telling him like, you're gonna die here, this is the place that you're going to
Oh my
die,
God.
or like this is like this is
Yeah.
the final place for you and you're not gonna get out. And they locked him in this freezer and and he woke up from that. And like they've just been having like weird dreams like that. Then one night my dad was like on the phone trying to call like Thailand. So because of the time difference, he's calling
Yeah.
them at night in the middle of the night trying to contact his dad. And he was like hunched over like on the phone because he was looking at like the phone book, like the number book, and he's on his little like phone like this, and he felt somebody like go down, just somebody go like that, and he was pissed. So immediately he was like, maybe it's like a burglar or something. He like went like this trying to
Yeah.
hit them, and when he turned around there was nobody there. And that was the one time that he was like, oh, this place is like haunted for sure. And he came to us, he was like praying, reading all like the du'as and stuff, and he like blew it on us and whatnot and went to sleep. But after those like incidents started like adding up, we're like, oh no, we got to get up out of here. And they moved us to like another location, another place. But overall my parents were just not happy with being in Jersey, so then we moved to Fort Wayne.
Wait,
And
Indiana.
when we've been here since. But yeah, that was
That's so creepy.
the thing is though, that story has been told to everyone in my life. I think it's like a rite of passage to like getting to know me. It's like, you're gonna know I used to live in Jersey in a haunted house. But the thing is, you could have been like, oh, that's crazy, y'all are crazy, like you guys probably made that up. After we moved into like the apartments here in Fort Wayne,
Yeah.
our neighbor, like a couple years into us moving there,
Yeah.
there's a couple that moved in like downstairs from us, and we go like help them out because they're like moving in because they knew our grandparents back when they were in like, because my grandparents stayed in Jersey longer than we did, so they knew them from there. So my grandparents were like, oh, help them like get like used to the place, help them out, whatnot. And so we went to help them. They also ended up living in that house for a while before they were moved in.
The Jersey house?
Yeah, the Jersey house before they were moved into another house. And they were like, yeah, that we had the same experience, like terrible dreams and like
God.
always somebody dying about like,
Yeah.
in the dreams. And they also heard the noises that we were talking about. So I was like, oh, so it was real.
It was not just your family
It
being
wasn't just us. It was like that place is haunted. And they were like, we've heard from other people who lived there before, because it was like when you when you first get into the US, they will put you in that house and then look for a place and then move you out, and then another family would come in.
That's how yours worked? Oh yeah, I forgot you went to Jersey. I came directly into Fort Wayne when I got moved. And we moved around the same time, right?
I think so. We probably were in-
2008, right?
Yeah, we were probably in like the same batch of.
Yeah, but they moved you to Jersey. They brought me right down to Fort Wayne, freaking Indiana.
Did you already have relatives here that were like?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did we, but they like weren't able to bring us. So then we had like people from Fort Wayne went to Jersey to pick us
Pick
up
you up.
and then brought us.
Huh? That's crazy.
But yeah.
That's so scary. But speaking of scary dreams, I had this one dream where I got mauled by a leopard. And it only happened to me one time. I don't know why, but like the leopard just came up at me while I was going on a hike and it mauled me, and then I woke up. But because of that dream, from last week, I told the story about when I went to Pride. At that Pride parade, I did some spiritual readings about myself. So they did a dream reading on me, a physical healing on me, and they did a spiritual, dream reading, and physical healing. So those 3 things, right? So while I was waiting in line, I went into the thing waiting in line because it was free. While waiting in line, this lady was like, "Have you had any repeat dreams?" Blah 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 blah. This me getting mauled by a leopard thing happened to me only one time, but I was like, "Yeah, like I keep seeing the leopard keep mauling me, like blah 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 blah." And she was like, "Whoa, this must mean that you're going through strife, you're stressed, blah 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 blah." That was fine. I was like, "Okay, I get that," because I just lied to her. and then while we were about to go into the tent, another guy came up to me and saw I tore my ACL. If people don't know, but I tore my ACL, and then this guy saw the brace on my leg, and then he was like, "I'm gonna give you physical healing." And bro, like I don't believe in this stuff like at all. So he basically like touched my leg. He was like, "Are you okay?" Because I was like, "Okay, I'll experience this." He touched my leg, and then he was like, "I'm imbued healing onto your leg. Just wait. It's gonna be different for you." And I was like,
Has it been different for you?
I got the brace off now.
Whoa, wait a minute.
And then I went into the tent. And then so I went to for the spiritual healing. I sat down. It was an old guy and like around like or like a little bit older than us, right? So like mid to late 20s kind of lady.
So like my age.
Yeah, your age. No, you're like mid to late 60s. But she was like, so they would just stare into my eyes for like 10 seconds. I'm like looking straight into their eyes. And they were like, "I think I got a read on you." So this is what the guy said. He was like, "I see you as a very deep and emotionally like intrinsic person, and you hide that a lot." Like he was like, "You don't like showing your feelings and your emotions towards other people." And it's me and Sophia next to each other, right? And I wanted to laugh so bad because I was like, me deep and emotional.
You he just like was like, whatever you are, you're the opposite of it.
He literally was telling me that. I wanted to laugh. And then I gave them, but like, I didn't want to make it awkward. So I gave them a little tidbit of myself. So I went off of that and I was like, yeah, maybe like, I feel like when I get to meet like new people, if they're not the right kind of vibe, I kind of close myself off of them. And then they went into that and they went in deep. They were like, yeah, like you stay away from other people. You're too scared, blah, blah, blah. They went in hard on me, bruh.
They read you to filth.
They read me to filth. And then I was like, dang, okay. But all of that was fake. Like, I don't believe in any of that shit. Like, like it's so stupid.
Oh.
Okay, not to be mean, but like I just don't believe in it. Like I don't, especially with like zodiac signs or anything. Like that's so dumb. BC, I'm talking to you. BC, that zodiac sign stuff is so dumb. Just because I'm a freaking Libra doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't mean anything. But girls can have their fun and say stuff like that. But still, like sometimes when it's too much, it just
you hate
me.
women and women having fun and having something for themselves.
No, because I'm just like. I don't know. Sometimes it's just be like, it's because he's a Leo. It's because he's a Libra. I'm just like, okay. When people just say that, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, no, it's because they're just pieces of shit.
They just suck.
They just suck. There's nothing else to them.
Do you want to go further into your ACL tear? How that happened?
Oh yeah. So I've been I tore my ACL last year. So how this happened is because I was gonna be a soccer master. Like the very best.
He was like about to kind of embark in
World Cup journey.
Yeah, he was gonna embark on his professional soccer journey and career, but things didn't.
It didn't pan out. So it was it the first or second time I played soccer? It might have been the first. So the first time I ever played soccer, I went into the field at freaking Krieger Park in Fort Wayne, Flippin', Indiana. And I went over there, I started playing soccer, and guess what? The first time I ever played soccer, I freaking tear my ACL.
How?
What do you mean how?
Wasn't there like another kid involved?
There was like this little like 15-year-old kid like pushing me really hard. And the thing is, people... Oh my gosh, this is the people who make fun of me and saying he bodied me. He did not freaking body me. He freaking started pushing me and I didn't want to push over a 15-year-old kid. Why would I push a 15-year-old kid? No, I just felt bad and I was like, I'm not going to push him. So I just stood still. And then with one of his body, he like shook me
one of his body, one of the many.
Money bodies. Like he bodied me really hard, one of them, and that is like it just like knocked me off my balance a tiny bit. And then because I was wearing running shoes, I wasn't wearing like cleats or anything, and the grass was wet, I slid on the grass and I fell because my fat ass broke my own leg. Like it was because of my own fault because I'm fucking fat. Like that's literally why it happened. And then I didn't get surgery on that shit because my parents were like, and my uncles were like, why would you do that? That's the American way. Like, why are you getting surgery for that? We're just gonna rub some Tiger Balm on it. Tiger Balm heals all, I guess. And then I didn't do anything, and then I got my surgery, and now I'm like healed, better than ever.
Better than ever. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I also have on here, you said Hang Shen Nazi story. I'm a little like, I'm scared.
Oh my gosh. Well, you don't have anything to share? I can totally share that one too.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go with yours. You don't have anything?
No, not really.
You don't have any stories today?
I used up all my content. Guys, we're filming this so close to like the last episode,
No,
and I
want to
need
talk about the actor lady.
No,
No, I clipped that out.
you did. I swear, we like talked about it. But guys, go on to Instagram and TikTok and look up the actress Deborah_official. She is so important to me. She is so famous to me. I started watching her stuff.
Which
like,
clip? You need to send me a clip. Put it.
I already sent it to you.
Oh yeah, we're gonna put it up now.
Naomi? Ease off on the gas pedal! We're not acting fast and furious here! What are you talking about? I'm on the verge of having a heart attack! What is going on with you?
Okay.
But literally, it is so funny. That the one that I sent you was the one that like went viral. And a lot of people would know her from there. But like after that, she's not like, she didn't like keep the audience. You know what I mean? So like her videos would get like 400 likes, 500 likes. And sometimes I would be like one of the first people to see it. And I watch all of them unironically. It started off as like a joke where I like would like sit and watch like the really like cringy bad like acting that she does, but now I'm like, wait, she's kind of eating, like
eating really hard.
eating, she's bodying this. And it's not just like English anymore. Now she's like moved to like Korean dramas, Chinese dramas, Japanese. Like she is good. So like y'all need to like go check her out. And like I just felt like I need to say that. But speaking of,
she is so freaking funny.
She is so funny. Like I need to like send y'all more of her clips because I was like, no, I don't want to get made fun of, so I just watched them in silence. But it is so freaking funny. But speaking of her, like these like niche internet like not celebrities, but like people.
They're
who,
celebrities to us though. I feel
they are so famous to me. But I don't know if y'all remember World of T-shirts.
No.
World of T-shirts, the guy that I was talking about.
Send a picture. I'll put it up now. Okay.
He used to like go to Dunkin' and he would like rate like Dunkin' like coffee and donuts and Starbucks.
He was like, did he have like the this or like was he like had autism?
He might have. I think.
Like in the yeah.
He's like white, kind of like lanky, skinny.
Really
well,
skinny.
you'll see
Okay,
when I show it. But he, it used to be like pretty like chill content. He would just like rate coffees and whatnot, and then he started like traveling. And there was a point where he would use the New York like audio all the time, and it's just like kind of heartwarming content.
Yeah.
But now he's like deranged. It was like so bad for him, and I saw it like because the time that he was like popular was around the same time like Four Freak Show like was popular, and like you know like the Tarkona like coffee kind of COVID era, or like a little bit like past that during that time, the height of like TikTok. But it like now I saw like a video of him licking like the subway floors in New York. And like he's like an alcoholic now. And I was thinking it's like they are not like celebrities per se, but like you get known by the public to that degree like out of nowhere, and it's just like now he's like people don't really know him anymore, like he's just kind of like gone. But I think he just came across like weird people who are like who introduced alcohol to him, because like that's like his biggest thing. He became like really alcoholic, and I was just like he used to be so important, you know. And like the actress Deborah, I'm like, oh, she is so important to me, she's so famous, but like eventually we just like forget. And I don't know, it just kind of made me emotional, and I was like, when I show it, you will know who
Yeah.
I'm talking about. But yeah.
You know what made me emotional was, remember when we were watching the spelling bee? Oh my goodness.
The spelling bee was, I don't know, like it like did something to my brain. Like watching that
No,
was,
because they were trying, these little kids are trying so hard and they're so cute.
I'm gonna put my kids in the spelling bee. I'm gonna put one like to like spelling bee, and the other one is gonna be in Kumon. I think because like my goal is to raise like
No, because
happy
where was
children.
Kiki Palmer? I didn't see her on there.
Shut your mouth. But like my kids are going to be happy, right? Like fulfilled life, but they need something that is going to destroy them to like build
Yeah.
character. And I'm just gonna put them in like
The National Spelling
the
Bee.
National Spelling Bee and Kumon, and like watch that destroy like their spirit
Oh my
and
gosh.
kind of give them a little bit of personality. Also speaking while like we were talking about like TikTok, y'all, do you ever hear a joke that you were like, that is so like something I would say, and it's so funny that like you get pissed off that you didn't come up with that?
Yes, I actually do. Yeah, I'm
Like,
just
I
like,
feel like-
dang it.
like,
That's
I
just
could've-
basically all of Josiah's TikToks. I'm just like, Josiah is so funny to me.
You
Like,
have to be
Josiah
deranged.
is so funny to me. Like, why can't I do the things he do? He's so freaking funny.
Like you have to be deranged actually. But Carla sent me a TikTok of these like boys at Walmart, and they just like film each other like back and forth here. Like I have it saved, so put it in.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
And they were like, Miss Walmart, where is this? They were at Walmart, and like to the employee, they're like, Miss Walmart, where are the spoons? Miss Walmart.
That's literally what you guys
Like,
would do.
we literally that is so on brand for us, and it reminded us of like the split and like the movie things that we'd be doing. And I was so mad. I was so angry at the fact that I didn't come up with that.
Miss Walmart.
Bro, that is something that we would have come up with, and I was like, damn it, if we had come up with that, how funny would that have been? But like now it's like I'm gonna steal that. And I'm just every time I'm at a store, I'm just gonna be
Like,
like, Miss Save-A-Lot, Miss Save-A-Lot, do you know where this is?
Miss Sam's Club.
Miss Sam's Club, please, can you tell me where this is? But yeah, that's all I had. What was your Nazi story?
How far are we into the thing?
40 minutes.
40 minutes. I feel like that's pretty good. Okay, for my Nazi story though, remember when I was about to go into grad school, I went to like a summer camp beforehand to teach me about the stuff, right?
When you went to Ball State, is that?
No, when I went to Notre Dame.
Oh yeah,
I went into Notre
Notre
Dame. Do
Dame,
you
not
remember
Ball
the
State.
story?
I don't remember the
Okay,
story.
so basically while I was in there, it was only a program of like 20 people at Notre Dame. We were like basically learning the ropes about our grad school program, blah, 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 blah. And they were teaching us everything, right? So first, and like this happened on the third day. Come to find out this,
Oh my God, I do remember. I
Yeah.
do remember. Go on.
Yeah.
It just hit me like what you had.
So
told
like
me.
while I had no clue what was happening because I did not care about any of the people there. I was just like whatever, like
Right.
you know, like I don't have to make new friends. I have friends right here. So I was just like chilling on my own. But I guess while the first, second, and third day, I guess things were happening where this white guy, where this white guy was like. It's just like a bunch of different races of people, right? Black people, white people, blah 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 blah. And but
Right.
this white guy was making like snide little comments at the the black people or the Hispanic. Like he was just making weird remarks, and then his white friend, technically like it's just because they were roommates and they were forced to hang out, right? He was like making weird comments also to him about how he thought so little of black people or something like that. And then even I had an interaction with him on the second day while walking with him on lunch, and you could tell because we were talking about like our grades and like what we do and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm not really that smart. Like this is the score I got on this test, blah 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 blah. He was like, yeah, that's not that good. Like he was evil. Like he was a douche and everything too. Like he was given that vibe that he was basically a Nazi, like basically. And then come the third day, he basically made a comment about how he wanted to kill. Yeah, how he wanted to kill one of the people in like the room or something, like making like a death threat basically as a joke. And then And then like everybody got freaked out, especially like the girls, like the black girls that he was targeting, and so they were like researching him and everything, right? And then they found like a list of everything about him, and come to find out, his first name stayed the same, but he had changed his last name and everything before.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and then he had gotten to the program, but then we deep searched his last name, and then he was part of a neo-Nazi program like a couple of years before, and that program itself was made to infiltrate like high colleges and government facilities.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he came in there and did all that, so that's what he was there for, I guess. He wasn't good because he got caught on the third day, and then they had to kick him out. All of us had to move dorms. And we had to move dorms from one nasty dorm to another nasty dorm. And the thing is, like, I didn't know anything that was happening because on that third day, I went to Chicago with you guys.
So you weren't even there?
I wasn't even there when everything was happening. And I came back the next day and they were like, oh my God, did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened? And that's where I met Sophia. And yeah, and then Sophia, that's the program I met Sophia in.
Sophia Lore.
Yeah. And then she was like, how does he not know anything that's happening here? Because I wasn't there the entire time. And then it was a whole thing. We had to like get set up with like a therapist. She was giving us like thankful rocks, like letting us hold rocks. There was a fight. There
Bro,
was
therapy is
crying.
fake. It's not real.
Do you want to talk about your therapy moment? You want to open up?
There was a really dark time in my life. Things were not the greatest.
Yeah.
And I, because I'm normal and I know help is available, so
Yeah.
I seek out. And they put me in the room with a white bitch, and I knew then nothing was gonna work because, girl, it's just like a crazy.
You should get sponsored by BetterHelp.
BetterHelp, please help me. But no, because I was like, the moment I went in, I saw a white bitch, and I was like, okay, we're gonna sit here, and nothing is gonna happen. Because tell me why I go in and I tell her all my problems, and she's like, and at this time I moved out now. I'm living by myself. Come rob me. No, but like during that time was like when I felt like I needed to like move out and whatnot, and it was just like I needed to like talk about that. So I was like sitting down talking about like why I felt the need to like, well, not that I needed to at that time. I was just like talking about the problems I was having in general. And this bitch was like, have you ever considered just moving out, like, and not being around them? And I was like, like, you're white. You're not going to understand like the cultural, like,
Yeah.
the nuance that like that it all comes with. And even after moving out, I'm still having the same problems. It's like it doesn't change. And yeah, like, it was just like I was sitting there crying, bawling my eyes out,
Yeah, literally, like,
talking like my feelings out, and like all she's just like, have you ever considered just not being around them? Like, bitch, it doesn't work like that. And so I was like, therapy is not real, and I will just live with this.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was funny that because anytime you and Carla both your therapy stories, like, you guys would just go in there and start, like, the first word you say and you both would just bawl your eyes out. Like no matter what, you would just start crying.
I'm to the point where I'm seeking out therapy. Like, obviously, the moment I open my mouth, I'm gonna be crying. Like, it was either that or I kill myself.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No. It's not. It's like, take a joke. Like, take a joke. But
damn. Well, I'm dying by like 25 or 30.
So it doesn't really even matter.
It doesn't really matter. That's why I don't seek out therapy, because I have learned, I think I've said this before, but I have learned to keep all of my emotions deep down and locked up. And I think it's working for me. And it'll never explode because like 25, 30. Like, there's not that much
That's
time
like
left.
25 is next year for
Like,
me. So like, I'm just gonna be dead. So now I just don't find an issue with anything, and
Like,
I just
literally.
live life
No, because
blissfully.
they were so right when they said YOLO, because it's so true. Like, we need a YOLO more.
Like, actually. And yeah, so now I just don't let shit get to my head, because I'm like, girl, I'm gonna be dead next year. Like, there's no reason for me to be freaking out about things.
Yeah, you have a will of steel, huh? Like, nothing ever affects you anymore.
No, yeah. Me after like having the worst day possible. No, today was good. Today was a good day.
She was so mean to us this day. She was like having like crazy aura. But anyways, I wanted
No,
to.
you're not gonna say that about me and try
You
to
had a
move
crazy
on.
aura. Like, that's
You're
a good
not gonna say
compliment.
that about me and move on. what you do is you piss me the fuck off, and then you're like, why is she so mad? Why is she so mad? And most of the time I'm not even like angry. I'll just be like indifferent to like his tactics, and then he's like, you're sending out crazy vibes, like your aura is so like scary right now. And then the more he does that, the more it pisses me off. So now I'm actually angry. Before I was just like indifferent, like I'm just like whatever, he's trying to get to me, and then eventually it works, and then like you do get to me, and then now I'm actually angry, and things just get awkward from there.
It does. I wanted to introduce a segment where, like, we're gonna get the Burmese audience over here, y'all, for me. But I just wanted to. You don't have to say anything, but I want to address the Burmese audience for Burmese segment. This is gonna be like maybe like 2 minutes long, a minute long. Do you want to do anything? Do you have anything to tell our community out there in Burmese?
Not really. No. What do you have to say?
I was gonna say Ninoga kunya masaro ne. Like it's so nipa siyaji. Like it's so disgusting. Like bapiro kunya dilauti eche chai nirale. No, for real. Can you say it? Like, why do you guys spit your konya everywhere? Like it's everywhere on the grass, everywhere.
Jen, you're being so problematic right now. I'm not involved in that. I think I do agree with.
It's disgusting. It's my community. I can say it. It's
yeah, I don't think you should be spitting it everywhere, but like I don't think you should lump up the entire community. I'm just woke like that. Like I just don't think that you should be like putting like the entire Burmese community into one group and saying every single one of you do that, because I know people who don't do that, and like I just don't think.
Because she also eats konya. That's why she's angry. Like literally,
Shut
that's
the
why
fuck
she's
up. I
mad.
have
Right
never
now.
eaten
Konya,
that.
if you guys don't know what that is, it's like a Burmese like basil leaf, or what is it? Beetle leaf?
Yeah.
It's a beetle leaf, and it has like nuts, and then it has chewing tobacco with like red syrup and like some other like leaves and stuff. They roll it up and they chew it in their mouth.
I don't. It's not just Burmese though. Like
Yeah, I think a lot of people do it, but
yeah.
Burmese people do it. I think maybe we got it from India. We just steal everything from India.
Well, for us, it's because we are like
A lot of Indian.
like
in you.
Indian, like northern Indian. Well, I'm like more like Bengali. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Like I'm like 64% that. But yeah, that I think that's where we like kind of get a lot of like our stuff from, like the curries and all that jazz. But I don't know what I am. I don't know what I am. I don't know what I'm supposed to be. I did a DNA test thinking it would help, and then like
we should talk about that another time.
Yeah,
we should talk about our 23andMe another time.
like from that on, it's just been like big question marks for me, like knowing where I come from and then realizing I know nothing about those cultures. Freaky.
Can we do our ending segment now?
All right, so for today's
Brain rot, you got anything?
brain rot of the day,
I feel like I always say it. You should do it.
brain rot of the day. Brain rot of the day. What do we say? Let's see. Something that Carla and I do that we started was Daisy syndrome.
What is that?
Daisy syndrome is so stupid, but you've heard us say it, and you asked if it was a real thing before.
Oh yeah, I didn't get it.
Basically, during like early like 2020, I think, like 2020, like COVID era for sure. There's like this trend on TikTok where it would be like things you didn't know were like bigger than they seem, and it would be like windmills, planes, and things like that. And then the song in the background would be Daisy.
Oh Daisy, give me your answer too.
And so like one time we were like driving around, and we argue about who came up with this, so I'm not gonna open that up again. But one of us said, "Oh my God, that's giving me Daisy syndrome." And we're like, "What the hell?" But then we're like, "Yeah, like the song." And now whenever we see something that's like super big that we like don't remember, like, you know, like in daily life you don't think about how big something is, and then you like drive by and like it's much bigger than you like expected, and we'll just be like, that thing is giving us like Daisy syndrome. And we like started using that as though it's a real thing around people, and I have had multiple people being like, "Oh, is that what that's called, that feeling?" And then we're like, yeah, that's what it is. we were like, okay, like, yeah, now when I go like to somebody, I'm gonna say that that's what I had. And I think we almost convinced like multiple people, but we're not evil, so we didn't let them like walk away with that information. We'd be like, no, we made that up. That's not a real thing.
You should
But
literally. You could start a new saying.
yeah, but
That
we're gonna
audio
spin
is
that.
creepy.
That who?
Daisy audio.
I
That gave me
literally
nightmares.
it is so scary. It is so scary, and that's why like things sometimes like the things aren't even that scary. It'll be like pictures of like airplanes, and then I'll be like up at night because I'm always on iPhone into like the late nights. It's 3 a.m. challenge for me every night. So like I would get so freaked out about like those TikToks. And now that was like we were in Chicago and we were driving by like the airport, the O'Hare airport, when we dropped off Hangshan to go to somewhere.
I was going somewhere.
Miami, I think. And yeah, we were like, oh my God, as we were leaving, like the plane is giving us Daisy syndrome.
Wow.
For me, it was the worst whenever we were driving, and you know
Yeah,
that one
the-
area with
all the windmills, yeah,
Oh
by
my
like
God,
Ohio.
that flared up my
Oh, that was so
bad.
scary. That is so scary. Like that isn't as bad as like you know the water tower thingies. There was one time we were driving around and like we got super close to one of them. I always see them from afar, so like I know they're big, but like never like up that close. But I passed like right by it one time and it was the freakiest thing ever. Yeah, so now you guys can start using that whenever you see
Daisy syndrome.
something really big and you're like, wow, I didn't think it was that
I
big.
want to add in another creepy audio just before we end it off, but
Uh-huh.
that audio is
Yeah,
creepy
and
too.
that one is creepy. There's another one that I can't do it right now, but there's a bunch on TikTok where like if I hear it, I just start getting scared before
Yeah.
knowing what is coming. But yeah, so that was today's episode of Bad Vibes
To Jason.
And I hope you guys today were worried about me, like you were looking at me and were like, wow, Troy's so like
No,
calm.
because you talked so much the last episode.
and I ran out of material.
Literally, it was my turn. I carried this episode.
Well, I didn't know it was a competition. I thought we were
Well,
just working together as a team, as friends, and you take
There's no I
everything
in
to be.
team.
Shut up. But yeah, I hope you guys were like worried for me and were like, wow, Twa looks really down this episode. I hope everything is all right for her. And it's because I am down. Like Hangshin was really evil to me before the start of this episode. So like I'm just really not in the best space, like mentally. Like we have to end this before I start crying.
Okay,
But
3, 2, 1.
no, wait. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the noti bell. And we will see you in the next
You
episode.
literally are about to cry.
I'll see you
Okay,
in the next
bye.
episode.
Literally, why are you crying?
It's called